Hi folks, and welcome to another video of Marvel Champions with Smoothie Brain Gaming here. So basically I've been thinking a lot about the Hood, the last video that we did, and I kind of wanted to give him another shake because we kind of powered through and got a fairly easy scenario with him the last time. So in this instance I've actually upped the difficulty a small bit. I'm going to be using Expert, so in this case it's going to be Hood 2 and Hood 3 with Expert 1, and rather than keeping the exact same the encounter cards or the encounter sets from his own deck, I've done 1 to 7, the easier version. So hopefully I'm probably going to be balancing things out, but we'll see how we go. So with that, I'll just start on this. So like I've said, we've got the Hood and Standard already in there with Expert 1. And with this setup, choose 7 modular, that's done, and choose one of those sets at random and shuffle it into the encounter deck. So with that, here we go. I'm going to shuffle this guy up, draw the first card, and the first card is the Ransacked, excuse me, the Ransacked Armory. So that's going to get pulled. Alright, and I say, here we go. These guys, this, and this. So we close and shuffle that. And we'll put these into the encounter deck. And we're good to go there. So with that done, let's flip this over. Now, which one gets done first? When revealed, choose one set aside modular. So I must do a second one. The second one in this case is going to be the Beasty Boys. So excuse me now as I may be coughing during this, as a small bit ill at the moment, but I'll try not to let that bother me too much, and I'll try to avoid being too loud in the camera or in the microphone. So that's that part done. Now I'll do the when revealed here for the making connections. I must resolve the foul play ability. So the foul play in this instance, discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and deal the first card discarded this way that does not belong to the Hood to yourself. So the top 2, the first one is a Hood one and the second one is an advance. So we know an advance is coming. That's something good to know. And with that, I suppose we'll get into the mulligan. How do I like the look of this? Well, I gotta be honest, I love this. I like this. But maybe I like Uncanny X-Men a bit more. If I use these 3 to get Uncanny X-Men into play, and then we could do something with call for backup. Yeah, do you know what? Now I'm going to get rid of Kid Omega for now. I think that might be the play here. Keep everything else and see what gets pulled. So I'm going to get rid of Kid Omega. Oh, but let's do it officially through the mulligan action. Kid Omega's gone. I'm going to keep the others and we'll go from there. Triage, very nice. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start turn 1 and I'm going to flip over to my hero side. And the first thing I'm going to do is look for, or not even look for, but use the magnetic pull and discard cards. So the first card is a Def Focus, Phoenix, Magnetic Missile. Here we are. Now, I'm going to use an energy to pay for Utopia. I might then use these 3 maybe to bring in the Uncanny X-Men, and that does bring Triage down by 1. So that does mean, yeah, we can see what we do. So I'm going to go the Power of Leadership for 2 and Magnetic Missile for another 1 for Uncanny X-Men to come into play. I'm hoping that's setting me up pretty nicely now. What do I do here, though? do I get triage into play and maybe get the benefit of an extra activation with Utopia? Or do I use triage to get call for backup into play, which is effectively only stopping me doing one? Oh, I'm quite caught here. I don't know what the best option is. Maybe, I think maybe we're getting the most activation here. So first thing I'm going to do, knowing that a scheme is coming, I'm going to drop this by 1. Then I'm going to use call for backup to pay for triage. With that, each of your X-Men allies gets +1 hit points. And if each of your characters, so I only have one at the point that triage comes in, it's Christopher Muse, each of your X-Men allies costs 1 fewer, so technically that's where I'm getting that from. Then this exhaust's ready me up. I'll just move this over here, get some more real estate. And you know what, I'll move triage over here as well. I am losing the response here. There's not really anything else to be done. So I'll go 2, 1, 2. Excuse me, and then do 1 consequential to do 1 further damage on the hood. I think that might be the best thing here. And with that, we'll just go to the next phase. Part 1. 1 goes on this. He's going to attack me. And I think I'll let triage take this. And in this case, it's going to be 1 plus. Okay, so with that, he's attacked, and we get the bonus of the hood, or the boost of the hood's pistol. So this card gets revealed, and that attaches to him. So he's now 2, doing 2 damage to triage and defeating triage. With that, we get our second encounter card. I don't think I'm missing anything else there. That does have a hero action, which is good to know because we can do something with the electromagnetic blast later, I believe. So first things first, number 1, the villain schemes. So we know that 3 are going onto this, and this could scheme over into the next phase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a nice turn there for the hood. Let's go to the next scheme. Promised prosperity. 2A. Through hard work, determination, and a lot of illegal activity, the Hood has expanded his empire, gathering a formidable force that threatens the safety of every citizen in New York City. When revealed, choose 1 set-aside modular encounter set at random, then shuffle it into the encounter deck and place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme. So let's do that first. What is the next card from this? It's going to be the Brothers Grimm. So let's grab these. Here we go. Ooh. So they should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Close and shuffle that. And then we'll put this into the encounter deck and shuffle. Then this gets an acceleration token. Oh, that's not the right one. There we are. And then this flips over. So Promised Prosperity 8 goes up by 1 with the acceleration token on there. And then the when revealed, each player must resolve the Hood's foul play ability in player order. For each player who was not dealt at least 1 face down encounter card this way, place 2 threat here. Alright, so let's do exactly that. We know that we have 2 to deal with, which is going to be, this one is going to get given to us as a face down encounter, and this one does go into the discard. Now, this is done. The next one I have to deal with is an assault, so he's going to hit me for 1, 2, plus another 1, so he's hitting me for 3. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. And then our final card, I think I did that right, I don't think I missed anything there, is the Corrosive Egg Bomb. Attach to a mystic minion if you cannot attach to the villain. So it's attached to the villain. What does it do? After attached enemy activates against you, discard this card and take 3 indirect damage and deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Oh, that sucks amazingly. All right, so we're now into turn number 2. I think I can see now how the hood can really be a bit of a swingy villain. So how do I feel about this? The next thing I'm going to do, I suppose, is I'm going to use the magnetic pull and see what happens. We've got another Master of Magnetism. Okay, cool. Now, I make the call. That could pull somebody out. I could get... Right, let's have a look at this, right? I could use these 3 to play for white. To pay for White Queen, she comes in. We can deal with this. In fact, because she's an X-Men, she actually only costs 2, so that's great. And then I could use these 3 to pay for the metal shards. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is activate and attack here for 2. Then I'm going to use Master of Magnetism to pay for White Queen. Exhaust this to ready me up. After an X-Men enters, ally enters play, blah, blah, blah. That should be fairly familiar now. I'm going to do a further 2 damage here. White Queen is going to take 2 off the main scheme. And then I might use these 3 to play metal shards to do 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And with that, I think we'll go into the next phase. Right, so part 1, 2 goes on the main scheme. He's now going to attack me, which sucks because of those corrosive egg bombs. But I think we can deal with this. So this is going to be 1, 2, and then this is I have to take 3 indirect damage and deal an encounter card to myself. Oh, that could go bad. Well, let's see how it happens. Actually, I will go down. Maybe I'll go down. I'll go down to the defend. 1, 2, and nothing. So 2 to 2. Excuse me. No damage. But then this goes off. Discard this card. Take 3 indirect damage. 1, 2, 3, and then I get an encounter card. And then the eggs are gone. I never thought I'd be saying that, to be honest. But let's see what happens next. So that's the first encounter card, and then the second encounter card for the turn. That's there. First encounter card is Gang Up. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So he is going to be attacking me again. I think White Queen is going to have to weather this assault for me. So 1, 2, and nothing. That does 2 damage. She's at 3, but she gets the extra hit point from this, which I rather like. And done. And then the next card is Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is discarded and reveal that side scheme. So we kind of got away with murder there on that. So let's check what side scheme we're getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here we go, beast mode. So this comes in from the master plan. Alright, so we'll delete master plan. Let's deal with this now. This is beast mode from the Beasty Boys. The only good superhero is a dead one, Griffin. Forced interrupt. When a stunned or confused friendly character would take any amount of damage, increase that amount by 1. Okay, good to know. Right. So with that now, I believe we are going into turn number 3. Has that... we might be frozen again, are we? Hang on, let's try that again. There we go. Turn number 3. Right. What do I do here? So, well, I suppose we do the Let's do the magnetic pull first. What's left? This is the card that comes in. Now, I think I need to bring M in. She's going to cost 3. These 3. But maybe I make the call using the power of leadership. So pay the printed cost of an ally in any player's discard pile to put that ally into play under your control, and then double the number of resources this card generates when paying for a leadership card. And I'm going to grab, again, my MVP for the last couple of weeks playing, which is going to be Kid Omega. So Kid Omega comes into play using this. When he comes into play, I don't have a mental, so I can't get the benefit of his other power, but I'll use this to ready myself up. Now, I can still get M into play here. I could still get M out, which might not be a bad idea. And that's a couple of things that we can deal with. But maybe let's deal with what's coming out. We'll do 2 to this, and then I'll do another 2 to get rid of it. Now, is it worth putting the magnetic bubble into play, or is it worth getting M out? I can't do anything here with this either. So maybe M is the play. Yeah, I think M has more flexibility than the other options. 1, 2, 3, M. If you cheer, yeah, there's no limitations on that. So we have a nice little team going on over here. Does she now attack, or does she get rid of the 2 from this? I think I'm going to play it safe and take 2 off of this, and I may flip down. Each of your X-Men allies gets +1. Yeah, if your character, yeah, I'll flip down now. And by flipping down, I'll use the survivor and drop the last 3 in. We'll shuffle those. And with that, we'll go to the next turn, or the next phase, excuse me. So part 1, 2 goes on to this. He's going to activate and scheme. Whoops, I should not be moving him. He's going to scheme here for 2, 3 plus another 2. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. And then the encounter card we're dealing with is Blackbird Pellets. Item, attached to a mystic minion if you cannot attach to the villain. And then the forced response, after attached enemy activates against you, discard this card, discard 1 card at random from your hand, and deal yourself 1 encounter card. Okie doke. These Brothers Grimm are tough to deal with. So with that done, alright, we're on to turn 4. I'm going to recover for 3. I'm going to flip over. Now, I think we do have to get an electric blast out, don't we? We use an electromagnetic blast. We can at least get rid of the pistol, but we do have to thwart a few things down. So let's deal with those. 1, the White Queen is going to do 2 and gets defeated. Now, I believe we get Kid Omega to do the same, taking another 2 off that. Then, Pixie really only costs 1 for now. This will cost 2. If I use these 3 to pay for the helmet, I use this to pay for Pixie. Pixie's going to bring somebody back in, and I should have 2 then to go. Maybe that's the play. So let me try this out. Let's go. Did I do 1, 2, 3? I don't think I used my magnetic pull yet, did I? So I've exhausted. I've recovered. I exhausted White Queen. She left play. I discard, yeah, that's fine. Kid Omega did his thing there. So I haven't actually used my magnetic pull yet, as far as I can tell. Now, I will double check and see if I've made a mistake here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to use my magnetic pull first. So 1, 2, there we go. We get the armor back. Does that change what I want to do? I don't think it changes anything massively. So what I will do, I'll continue with what I was planning on. I'm going to go Genius and Magnetic Bubble to get the helmet into play. I'm then going to maybe spend the armor to pay for Pixie. Pixie costing 1 less because of the Uncanny X-Men. Right. When she comes into play, she is going to pull an X-Men from my discard pile into my hand. Look at all this. I'm getting kind of built out. I'm very happy with that. Who will I pull? I will get... Really doesn't matter at this point, but I'll bring Phoenix back in. And close that. Now. I'm going to use this and Phoenix to play Electromagnetic Blast, which is going to remove 3 from this. And because it's removed the last threat, I can remove an attachment with Hero Action or Hero Response, which is going to be Hood's Pistol. So that's maximizing there, I believe. And when Pixie came in, actually, I could have exhausted this to ready myself up too. I hope you'll forgive me putting that one through, but I know that's there's a couple of things going on. So with that, then let's punch. I'm going to go 2, do 2 damage to the Hood, and then send him to his next stage. The next stage is obviously Hood 3 scheme, 2 attack. When revealed, choose 1 set aside modular encounter set at random and then shuffle it into the encounter deck. Let's do that first. And the special card is going to be Mister Hyde. Ooh, let's look at all these. We'll get Hyde. He has 4 cards, so these should be those 4. We'll close and shuffle, and then we'll get those into the encounter deck. That's shuffled. Done. Now, what do I want to do next? Well, we're just going to start attacking. Pixie's going to do 2 damage, and she stays in play with the X-Men. Excuse me. M is going to do 2 consequential and do 3 damage. And none of these guys are defeated, which is okay. Right, there's nothing else that I can do. I'll hold on to strength. And with that, we'll go to the next turn. Right, part 1. 2 goes on the main scheme. He is going to activate against me, and I'm going to sacrifice Pixie in this case. So let's just make this after the attached enemy activates against you. I believe that will still occur. So let's deal with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does defeat Pixie. Done. And then we'll deal with this. After the attached enemy activates against you, discard this card and discard 1 random card from your hand and get an encounter card. The random discard is going to be Mirage. And then we get an encounter card and a second encounter card. The first encounter card is a jetpack attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. So let's do the Surge. And in this case, it's Field Recruitment. When revealed, choose 1 set aside modular encounter set at random, then shuffle it into the encounter deck. Remove the Hood, resolve the Hood's foul play ability, and then remove this card from the game. Awesome. Yeah, I just like, did I forget a foul play action here? But I don't think I did. So, right, let's deal with this. Choose 1 set aside modular encounter set at random. We know exactly how to do that. And in this case, it's going to be the Streets of Mayhem. Let's pull all those. Streets of Mayhem. Here are the 4 of these. Close and shuffle. And then these get shuffled into the encounter deck. Right, we've done that. Resolve the Hood's foul play ability. In this case, discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Deal each card discarded this way that does not belong to the hood encounter set to yourself face down. So we have to take them if they are bad. The first one is a back alley. Okay, we know we're taking that. The next one is... It is a hood one, so that gets discarded. Whew, okay, that could have been worse, I think. That could have been a lot worse. So, right. With that done, this is removed from the game. That was the surge for the first one, so that's gotten rid of. Our second encounter card this turn is Calvin Zabo. Zabo? Okay, he is elite. He is a master of evil. When revealed, if Mister Hyde is in play, discard this card. Mister Hyde attacks you. He's not. So this attack ends overkill. That's fine. And then the next card, I can't remember what it was. I know we just saw it, but it was Back Alley Enclave. It surges, and then when revealed, discard each other setting environment in play. Each character in play gets +1 attack. So the alley is in play, and this is its surge card, which is Hyde Formula Treachery. When revealed, if Calvin Zabo is in play, he schemes with 3. Then he takes 4 damage. If Mr. Hyde is in play, give him a tough status card, and he attacks you even if you're in alter ego form. If neither is in play, this card gets surged. So Zabo is in play, so he schemes with +3. So he is scheming for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That does flip this. I'm going to get rid of this. Does he leave play? He doesn't, does he? Then takes 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when defeated, search the... Does that defeat him? He takes 4 damage. I assume that would be considered a defeat. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for Mr. Hyde. Put him into play engaged with the player who engaged with... Yeah, so he's gone, and then Hyde is coming out. We know he's already in here, don't we? Right, Hyde comes out from that being done. And then we go to... I might have done these now completely out of order, but let's go to the next scheme. And in this one, we have a crime state. With a legion of villains at his side, the Hood has established a domain of depravity that even the strongest heroes would be wise to fear. When revealed, choose one set-aside modular encounter set at random, then shuffle it into the encounter deck, place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme. Each player must resolve the full play. Oh my god, this doesn't stop. So we have to put another one on this. I need to find another card here. In this case, it's going to be the State of Emergency. Let's grab all of those. Like when he starts, oh my god, he doesn't stop. Here are all the State of Emergency cards. That closes and shuffle this. We get these in play. Shuffle. Excellent. And then I must do the foul play, which I believe I still have to do. We haven't finished the activation turns yet. So the first one that will be discarded is this, which will be coming out. And the next one that comes out is this, which will be coming out as well. And let's flip this over. 10 crime state. Comes in with 3. It has a lot of acceleration on it. Forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player must resolve the Hood's foul play ability in player order. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. The first card I must deal with is Offshore Inferno. When revealed, discard the lowest cost card you control. In this case, it would either be Utopia or Kid Omega. And looking at what I have, I might get rid of Kid Omega, I think. Right, so that's fine. And then the next card is Hot Pursuit. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and put that minion into play engaged with you. So let's do exactly that. We're looking for a minion. The minion we are looking to get is Madam Mask. Now, I think this has gone completely out of control at this point, so I don't know what I can actually do. But I think we're ready to go into turn number 5. Let's try that again. here we go. So what can I actually do at this point? Now, we can get Professor X in, do a confuse, and maybe clear off some of the threat here. But because of the back alley enclave, each character in play gets +1. So M can effectively kill Madame Mask here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see what's going to be pulled from the magnetic pull. So let's look at this. Doing the magnetic pull, and we get an electromagnetic blast. Okay, so I think, well, we have to do what we can, I suppose. M is going to attack for 4, killing... Oh no, I forgot. Oh shoot, blast. Right, she had 3 on her, I believe. So when she was revealed, she wouldn't have been revealed, was it? Because it was a discard. I think that would have been the implication, right? Yeah, she wasn't revealed. She came out from the from one of the other oh yeah, she came out from the Hot Pursuit. It was put into play. Yeah, okay. I'm confusing myself. Let me go back. I think we're okay. So I wouldn't have had to do a foul play again because of put into play, not a reveal. Right. We're back on track. So with that, M is going to defeat Madame Mask, doing 4 damage because of the back alley. Then we're going to do a strength and this to get Professor X into play. X gon' give it to you. Okay. He is going to take 3 off of one of these, which I'm okay with. That's him doing that. And what will his action be? Maybe I'll do 2 damage first. Let's retrofit this now because there's a lot of stuff going on. Then Professor X comes into play. Then that readies me up. Then I'll do another 2. Which I'm okay with. Then I'll go... Actually, I would have been doing 3 damage because of this. So I think I'm alright with that. Let me just reiterate what I did there. I did 3 first. Then I brought Professor X in, readied up, and then did 3 again. I didn't do Professor X's actual response, which would have been to confuse the villain. And then, I don't know why I did this, but that should be open, and then this one comes in to play a electromagnetic blast, which will remove 3 threat from a scheme, which I think will take off the main one just to be safe. And I don't really have any other things that I can do. I may flip down then, and I'll do a survivor. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle those back in, and we'll end the turn. So, villain phase. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes on to this. He would scheme, but he does not because he's confused. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player must. So I'll have to do a hood thing. Both of these are coming out. It looks like. Nope, only one of them. So this guy's going to come out as a card I have to deal with. So he would have confused. He was confused. He didn't act. This guy will then put another one on this. And then I get to the encounter cards, which gives me another one. The first one I have is a disaster at the docks. A container ship has run ashore and is now sitting on the dock of the bay. When revealed, take 3 indirect damage. I'll do 1, 2, 3 onto Professor X, defeating him. And then the next card, Old Grievances. After you use your magnetic pull, take 1 damage for each card discarded. Exhaust Eric Lencher to discard Old Grievances. I think we're alright, guys. Let's go to the next phase. So we're into turn 6. I think we're alright. I think we might have just about survived here. So I'll exhaust Air Clencher to get rid of this. I'm going to flip over to Magneto. I am going to then do a magnetic pull. Oh, shoot, that shouldn't be it. This was the one that we're going to play. Now, I think I can forward everything I need to do here. So, if I... Cyclops costs 2. I could bring Cyclops out using these 2. Or it doesn't really matter which ones. 1, 2, Cyclops comes into play. After Cyclops enters play, choose an enemy. Until the end of the phase, increase the amount of damage that enemy takes from each attack by 1. I might as well pick... Who would be good to pick? I think we'd pick Mister Hyde. Alright. With him coming out, that readies me up. Now, can I do this efficiently is really the question. Because we know straight away I can just play these. I can play metal shards and that does kill Hood. Right, so we have game over at this point. Right, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 from this. And he's hitting for 1, 2, 3 and then 4 from his own response. So we can do 8 damage to Mister Hyde. But do I want to do that? I'd like to have cleared it a bit better. But you know what? Maybe let's just deal with the Hood. I'm going to exhaust this. I'm going to use these 2 to play metal shards, which is going to deal 7 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that does defeat the Hood. That is essentially game. Okay. Now, did I have enough to kill him? I don't think I did, because if I attacked here, I'd be doing 1, 2, 3 for this, and then 4 for Cyclops' response. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Cyclops would be doing exactly the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 for his own response. 4. There we go. So that's as good as I could have probably got it. I don't think I could have cleared the house anymore. But I'm quite happy with how that turned out. That was hard, if I'm being totally honest. That was... I thought we had lost much faster up here, that we weren't going to be able to get the extra damage done. But hey, I'll take a win. I might have to start changing over and doing some expert, but maybe this one took it easy on me. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe. If you've seen any issues in there or any mistakes that I made, by all means, just flag them. And with that, I'll say take care, talk to you in the next one, and bye-bye for now.